Today is November 17th. It's early in the afternoon, and I'm going to go back to that same stand where I killed that buck on November 9th, about a week ago or a little bit more. And that was a great hunt. We haven't been back since, but we're in what's really the lull in the rut. This is a tough time because a lot of the does are in estrus and the bucks are tied down with does. They're not really traveling that well, but we're going deeper into the timber, so hopefully we're close enough to a bedding area that we might get lucky and catch a buck between does, or maybe catch a doe getting pushed around, a hot doe getting pushed around up in that area. It's about your only hope this time of the season. It's a kind of a long shot. Anytime you hunt during the middle of November, it's a little bit of a long shot. If you get lucky and you got a hot doe nearby, and you're going to swear that it's the best hunting ever. But if you don't have a hot doe, it can be super slow. So we're going to go up the valley, and I think there's enough wind to get away with it. It's kind of dying. Dang it. It was about a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind about a half an hour ago, and now it feels like it's about 5 or 6. So we'll try it. If it's too noisy and we hear deer running or whatever, we'll just back out and go somewhere else. But that's the whole challenge with this spot, is being able to get in there without the deer knowing, because it's way up in the middle of the farm. But we'll give it a try, and I'll give you a little update along the way and let you know how these conditions are affecting our entry. The wind just died right down. Dang it. It's too good of a spot to go in there banging the bass drum and think that the deer are going to be, well, I know we're going to spook deer going in. So if you're going to do that, you can't hunt the spot. Even though there are deer that come from that bedding area beyond the stand that wouldn't know we were there, we're going to bump stuff going in without a doubt. So I'm going to go to plan B, which is a poor substitute for plan A. We're going to go to the scrape tree, which is just right around the corner here. It's easy to get in there. We can walk along the edge of that standing corn, and we're not going to bump anything going into there. But it's not to say that that's a bad spot. It's just I really wanted to hunt that up next to that bedding area. But I guess the lesson, if there is one, is that you can't double down on a bad hand. If we got a bad hand. So we're just going to play cautiously and then hope for better wind on another day to get back up in there. Hoyt's Bowhunting Whitetails is brought to you by Redneck Blinds, Code of Silence Apparel, Hunt Stand Pro Whitetail, Fuse Accessories, Elevate Tree Stands, B3 Releases and Broadheads, and Hoyt. We made it to the scrape tree, and I think it was the right choice. The wind has died off. If I was hunting by myself, I'd have gone ahead and snuck up in there, but with a cameraman, you got at least twice as much noise and twice as much movement, and you just can't get away with much unless the conditions are right, which in that case we needed the wind to cover up the noise and the movement. This spot is pretty low odds for tonight, I'd say. It's more of a feeding area. They were here using the scrape earlier. I think they're still using it, but I don't know when or which bucks. Last time I pulled cards from here, or the card, it was just a lot of nighttime activity and some small bucks. But being here is better than being inside, because at least we have some chance. If we weren't hunting, we wouldn't have any chance. I'm going to say over-under on today's hunt is 2.5 deer, and I'm taking the under. Again, like I said, we cut our losses We didn't mess up that spot. Live to fight another day. Maybe this isn't a great whitetail farm yet, but it's definitely a great turkey farm. I don't know how many turkeys we've seen this evening. A ton. But we haven't seen any whitetails. We got about an hour left. I don't know. I mean, it feels good. There's a light breeze. Probably a lot of it is just the thermals coming down this valley. Nice and chilly. Perfect temperature. They just aren't moving. That's kind of what I was afraid of. This isn't a traditional mid-November location. Well, there really aren't any really super good mid-November locations. The bucks just aren't moving much. So you get close to the does and you got a chance. And the does definitely aren't coming out in the open. Now, the main thing for me over the next couple of days is not to mess things up, because it's going to get better again next week. Temperatures are going to be, real good, cold, but the phase of the rut's going to be better. The number of does and estrus is going to start to wind down. The bucks are going to be looking a little bit more, and they're going to be moving back to food. So I can't get desperate now and hunt the spots that I want to hunt next week too soon, because I don't want to burn those out. I want to keep them good. So I may not be out quite as often over the next few days as you'd expect. I'm going to take some breaks here, or continue to take breaks, hunt every once in a while. Not too hard though. Hunt maybe spots where I could kill a doe. Just save my best spots for the middle of next week. I don't expect to show you anything else in the rest of this video that has to do with deer. Maybe though. I will hold out that hope. And if so, we'll tag it on to the end of the video here. But otherwise, like I said, I'm going to keep hunting, just not in great spots. And you never know. I mean, stranger things have happened, and you go out to shoot a doe and you end up having a buck that you didn't know was there pop out. So that's going to be in the next few days. So I appreciate you joining me. We'll see you right back here again sometime soon for the next episode of Hoyt's Bowhunting Whitetails. And remember to always dream. I'll let Carson say.